listen, let's talk Game of Thrones. It's coming to an end. I know that you cannot tell me anything that is going to happen. Are they strict with that?
Well, they're very strict.
Yeah,
they're very strict.
Have to.
Yeah, no, it's reached a crazy level this year. We actually get the scripts, and then when we've shot the scene, and we only have it digitally, and then when we've done the scene, it just vanishes.
Yeah.
It's like Mission Impossible. This will self-destruct, and it just, whoa.
You better read up quick.
Yeah, exactly.
And tell me, are you disappointed that it's coming to an end? Have you had enough now? Are you ready to move on to the next chapter?
I'm gonna miss the people, and also I'm gonna miss, Belfast, and that's been amazing just to those 9 years, how that city has changed.
Yeah.
I also know that we end the right way and the show ends on its own terms. And when I read the scripts for the last season, I was like, wow, they really pulled it off.
Yeah.
It's one story from, season 1 to 9. And
of course.
Hey everybody, it's Charlie. So we got a promo for Fire and Blood, which is coming out later this year. There's actually a giveaway going on for that I'll explain in a second. But we also have Nikolai Coster-Waldau talking about the ending of the show. It's ending on its own terms, which is code for we're doing our own version of the ending. We're going to be paying off all the moments we set up on the TV show. It'll probably be different from the book ending in 6 or 7 years or however long it takes George R. R. Martin to completely finish the story. So like I said, there's a new round of the giveaway for that Fire and Blood book. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave a comment on the video. So here's my top 10 foreshadowing moments that they will probably pay off. Now there's way more than this, but I just picked my top 10. So starting with Jaime, because it's his interview, I want to die in the arms of someone I love. So ending the show on its own terms means he's probably going to die in the arms of someone he loves, namely Cersei or Brienne, but I have a stronger feeling that it's going to be Cersei based on some of the other things on my list here, so it'll make a little more sense in a second. But 9, Emilia Clarke said that her final scene was supposed to be just a simple insert shot of her hand, meaning that whatever the scene is, you'll only see her hand in the frame. That implies it's going to be a moment similar to what she saw in her vision when she was in the burned down Iron Throne Room. It looked like a mixture of snow and ash, like it had been raised in battle. So because of the larger forces at play, we know that that's probably going to happen at King's Landing, meaning that there'll be some sort of moment where she goes up to touch the actual Iron Throne and you just see her hand. Doesn't mean that she's going to die, it just means they're going to pay off some of her visions in the House of the Undying. Number 8, flowing from this battle logic, Tyrion's prophecy to Cersei, your joy will turn to ashes in your mouth and you'll know the debt has been paid. So Cersei is probably literally going to taste ash in her mouth when dragons come back to King's Landing. They'll start burning stuff, could be the Night King's army, could be Cersei's Golden Company soldiers. There'll be a big battle, there'll probably be lots of dragon fire at King's Landing, meaning that she will literally taste ashes in her mouth. 7, Tormund kept talking about his love for Brienne, all the things that he was going to do when he came back. I'm going to make her mine, we're going to get married, we're going to have babies. They'll probably pay that off when he comes back. He'll have some moment where he acknowledges his feelings for her, and whether or not they end up together, you can decide. I would rather see her end up with Jaime if she's going to end up with anybody, just so they can pay off this moment from way back in season 6. Jaime saw her first, they spent more time together, their character arcs are more meaningful to each other. So that's what I'll say about that, but like I said, Jaime is probably going to die in the arms of someone he loves, so I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. There's also that moment a couple seasons ago where Jaime asked Brienne jokingly if she's still a maiden. She nods. I hope that they find a way to pay that off too. But remember, there's only 6 episodes and there's only so much space on the sex boat. Number 6, another reunion. Arya and Gendry had it out before he was taken away by Melisandre, where she said, I could be your family. They'll probably find a way to pay that off. But like I said, there's only 6 episodes. I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. I think the show's going to disappoint people if you're expecting them to ride off into the sunset together, but I think they'll find a metaphorical way to pay off that quote-unquote family line that Arya had. 5, this is actually a pretty big one. They'll finish paying off this moment between Jon and Ned during Season 1, Episode 2, where he asks about his mother. We'll talk about her the next time we're together. Wouldn't it be great if they had Samwell and Bran tell Jon about Lyanna and Rhaegar down in the crypts in front of Ned's statue? It would be a funny way to pay it off because he wouldn't be talking to Ned, but Ned would be there, metaphorically speaking, while Jon was learning about his mother. 4, when the three-eyed raven told Bran he'd never walk again, but he would fly, they've already kind of paid that off by having him warg the ravens. But I think they'll also take the idea to its logical conclusion and he'll warg one of the dragons and control it during the upcoming Battle of Winterfell. 3, Cersei's gone full Maegor the Cruel. I've already done a bunch of videos explaining the parallels between those two characters, but on the show's terms, she's more like the Mad King because they haven't really done Maegor the Cruel on the TV show. I think she will have a burn them all moment, and then someone, either Jaime or one of the other little brothers, will kill her Valonqar style. The show's cut the Valonqar prophecy out, but there are a number of characters that could fulfill that. So like I said, they have Jaime, you have Tyrion, the Hound is also a little brother, and Arya could also wear the face of one of those other people and kill Cersei. So I will say that I do feel like Jaime and Cersei's stories are meant to end together, which, sort of ropes in the idea that he's going to die in the arms of someone he loves. That doesn't mean that it's not going to be Brienne, but I do think that Jaime's death and Cersei's death will be tied to each other. And I really hope that they pay that off by having Jaime be the one to kill Cersei. 2, I believe they'll pay off the lone wolf dies, but the pack survives again, but it'll be in the form of the dire wolves have a reunion. So right now it's just Ghost and Nymeria that are alive. Nymeria has her super pack. I think that there'll be some sort of dire wolf reunion paying that off. Like, they did it because the Starks are wolves. Lone wolf dies, pack survives was all about Arya and Sansa's storyline this season. So they're probably trying to find a way to extend that metaphor into season 8. But number one, biggest one, they'll probably pay off Mirri Mazdar's false prophecy, Daenerys thinking that she'll never have any more children. They really beat you in the face with that during season 7 with foreshadowing scenes. Daenerys kept telling Jon, I'll never have any more children. Even Jon replied to her, this isn't the end of your house, while they were in the dragon pit. The woman that killed your child and husband might not be such a reliable source of information. Now, there are a lot of people that take the theory a lot further than that. People wondering if Daenerys is going to die in childbirth, but the baby will survive. There are a lot of people that are wondering if they're going to do the dragon has 3 heads, but instead it will be triplets. I don't think they're going to take it that far, and Daenerys doesn't even look that pregnant, so they would have to have a really big time jump at the end of the season and do like a full Lord of the Rings style montage, and I don't know that they're going to do that. But also, too, I should say, bonus prediction for things they have to pay off. Samwell writing the book that is the timeline of events and calling it a Game of Thrones, like literally writing the book of Game of Thrones that Maester Ebrose teased way at the beginning of season 7 when Samwell was still in the Citadel. So that's actually probably the funniest one, like Samwell actually doing full Lord of the Rings, Hobbit style, Bilbo Baggins writing the book that becomes a Game of Thrones. But let me know in the comments if there are any big moments you want them to pay off that I didn't mention in the video. Leave all your video requests in the comments below, and congratulations to the latest giveaway winner, Titan Hound. Please private message me so I can get your contact details. Click here to learn all about Daenerys foreshadowing her own pregnancy, and click here for my new Arya Gendry video. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.